Inside every modern workplace, something subtle is happening, something most people won't notice until it's already fully in control. Silent algorithms now read emails before managers do. Digital assistants schedule meetings before workers realize a conflict exists. Invisible systems track workflow patterns, flag inefficiencies, and offer suggestions that slowly start shaping how entire teams operate. The hidden truth is simple. AI assistants aren't just supporting work, they're beginning to orchestrate it. Tasks that once required skill, judgment, or negotiation are being absorbed by tools that learn faster, respond faster, and adapt without fatigue. And as these systems evolve, the question becomes, are they helping us work better, or quietly changing what it means to work at all? Welcome to AI Unlocked, the channel where we explore artificial intelligence, future tech, and the tools that are changing the world. Today, we're diving into the future of AI assistants at work. AI assistants began as simple schedulers, answering emails or setting reminders. Now they analyze tone, anticipate deadlines you haven't mentioned, prepare documents based on partial instructions, and predict what you'll need before you ask. They integrate across apps, workflows, and entire departments. In dense corporate environments, these assistants don't wait for commands. They surface information, propose next steps, and quietly influence decision-making. The shift isn't automation, it's partnership, a subtle merging of human intention and machine execution. Today's AI systems observe how teams operate. Who responds fastest? Who handles which tasks? Which patterns lead to delays? And which behaviors indicate burnout or overload? They're not just managing calendars, they're shaping workflow architecture. If a team member is consistently late on tasks, AI redistributes the workload proactively. If communication slows, the assistant prompts follow-ups. If meetings become inefficient, it recommends alternatives. Over time, these small interventions accumulate, turning the assistant into an invisible project manager that rewrites how entire groups function. AI assistants absorb routine tasks with startling speed. Drafting reports, preparing presentations, summarizing meetings, researching competitors, processes that once required hours of effort now take minutes. This creates a skill shift. Workers move from doing tasks to supervising tasks. Instead of writing a report, you refine one. Instead of building a spreadsheet, you analyze the output. Intelligent assistants narrow the gap between junior and senior roles, making raw execution less valuable and strategic thinking more essential. The workplace evolves from task-based contribution to decision-based contribution. AI assistants don't just complete tasks, they learn from your behavior. They track when you work fastest, when you slow down, what you avoid, and what you prioritize. Over time, they build a behavioral mirror. They predict procrastination, anticipate stress, and adjust prompts to push you through work more efficiently. But this raises a deeper question. When an assistant optimizes your habits, is it helping your productivity or shaping your personality to fit its metrics? And this is where the future becomes far more complicated. Because when AI begins influencing not just how we work, but how we think about work, the balance of control slowly shifts. The next part reveals how AI assistants start guiding decisions we believe we're making ourselves. Stay with me. This is where the real transformation begins. AI assistants increasingly filter information before you see it, prioritizing emails, flagging important messages, surfacing key data, and hiding noise. But the deciding factor isn't human evaluation, it's algorithmic logic. Slowly, the assistant shapes your perception of urgency, significance, and attention. If the AI marks an email as low priority, you might never open it. If it highlights a suggestion, it might override your instinct. Influence becomes subtle, woven into the flow of your day, altering decisions without announcing its presence. In modern offices, AI tools sit in meetings, silently transcribing, summarizing, tracking commitments, and predicting follow-up actions. Some assistants can identify emotional tone, detect conflict in discussion patterns, and recommend phrasing to de-escalate tension. They anticipate points of misunderstanding before they escalate. In creative environments, AI becomes a brainstorming companion. In logistics, a forecasting engine. In legal departments, a compliance guardian. Work becomes a hybrid landscape where every idea is shaped by at least two minds, one human, one algorithmic. AI assistants require data, lots of it. Every keystroke, every email, every work habit becomes part of a predictive model. On one hand, this data enables precision support, personalized workflows, burnout prevention, optimized scheduling. On the other, it creates a surveillance layer that blurs the line between assistance and oversight. When AI notices patterns indicating low productivity, employers might use that information to evaluate performance. What begins as support can quietly transform into monitoring. AI assistants won't eliminate most jobs outright, but they will transform them. Administrative roles become automated. Middle management shifts from coordination to oversight. Creative workers partner with generative models. Analysts review machine insights. Strategists guide direction rather than execution. Every role becomes a negotiation between human judgment and machine efficiency. Those who thrive will be the ones who learn to delegate effectively, not to people, but to systems. Over time, AI assistants may become multi-agent teams. One assistant managing your tasks, another analyzing data, another coordinating with colleagues' assistants. Work becomes a conversation between networks, not individuals. The assistant becomes your interface with the organization, a translator between human intention and machine optimization. When that happens, productivity will accelerate, but so will dependency. The real question becomes, who are we without automated guidance? And who controls the assistants that increasingly control the workplace? AI assistants won't simply fit into the future of work, they'll define it. The systems we rely on to help us may soon hold the power to shape our choices, our flow, and the very structure of our professional lives. If you found this episode insightful, make sure to follow the channel, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more cinematic explorations into the technologies reshaping our world. And in our next video, we shift from the future of work to the future of governance, AI, and the future of democracy. A deep dive into how intelligent systems are beginning to influence political power, civic participation, and the stability of nations.